What's going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you live from just outside Hartford, Connecticut for Heartland Sports. This is going to be a quick video discussing our History of series. So basically, what the goal of this series is to discuss the history of each franchise that's presently in the National Football League, or NFL, Major League Baseball, MLB, the National Hockey League, NHL, and potentially the National Basketball Association, or the NBA. If the NBA is something that interests you guys, please feel free to let me know. I'm always open to suggestions. It isn't going to be my first priority, but it will be something that I'll do. I'll be getting a history of video out every single Friday, assuming I can. If I can't, it'll probably come out Thursday morning or Thursday afternoon. Sorry. Yeah. So basically what the videos are going to be is I'm going to discuss each team and their history, as simple as it sounds. I will very, very rarely be going into individuals. So let's just say I'm talking about the New York Yankees, for example, because everybody knows the Yankees. I will not be going into detail on Babe Ruth. He will get his own video. Lou Gehrig, he will get his own video. I'll mention the key moments of their careers. So let's just say Babe Ruth sets a home run record for a single season. I will mention that. Let's just say, when Lou Gehrig had to retire, I will mention that. I will mention their debuts. I will mention when the key players leave the team. I will not mention things like, oh, hey, yeah, Babe Ruth did this season. I don't want to get too into individual players. I will very rarely mention when a player does something like leads the league in home runs for a season. I will very rarely mention that. It does matter, but it doesn't matter to these history of franchise videos. For some teams, I will have to condense certain decades. For other teams, you'll notice I will mention a couple things like, oh, X won the batting title that season because they're a newer franchise. Example, the Seattle Mariners. There's not a lot of history to be done about them. So, Arizona Diamondbacks. And this is just baseball that I'm naming off the top of my head here. So that's going to be the problem with the history ofs. You're not going to see a lot of discussion on individual players. You will, though, see a bit of team discussion. I will mention team records once in a while, but I'm not going to do it for every single year. And, of course, the history of every sport is different. So I will kind of try to break down history of sports if things change for playoffs and all that good stuff with the first team that I do. Or, more likely, I will just go ahead and say, okay, listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to do the history of Major League Baseball, which is what the first team we're going to do is. And I'll put a video out within the next week discussing the history of how the playoffs have worked, which is always interesting. I will also do a little video about how the American League started with the National League and all that good stuff. Again, this is just for baseball. For hockey, there's the whole NHA eventually becoming the NHL, with all the other leagues like the WHL and all that. We'll get to that. It's just, you'll notice there's going to be some things I'll kind of glaze over. And if it's something that you like, I apologize for it. I will not mention managers all that much. I'll mention the key ones, of course. I will not be mentioning every single general manager. That's just, nobody really cares about the list of general managers. And back in the day, it was kind of like if you were the coach, you were the general manager. I will not be mentioning every single owner for every single franchise. Some franchises have had very few owners. I'll have no problem mentioning that. But some franchises have had so many owners, it's not realistic to name every single owner. But that's where we are. So the history of franchises will be starting very shortly. I will get a video out tonight about an American League team. It unfortunately will not be the Yankees, but the history of videos are going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to them. And ideally, I can keep them coming one a week for the conceivable future. I might try to get a second one every week, but we'll see. If you are interested in player videos, I will be doing that as well. That's just not concern number one right now. I'm working on a special project, which I've called it, and I will reveal that project right now. So in addition to the history of videos, I'm going to be doing a project, and it will be out soon, probably within the first week of June, I should say. We'll be getting a video about the Mike Trout boys. So that's going to be everyone who was picked before Mike Trout. I'm almost done with my research on that one. I feel that 10 years is enough time to kind of, say, oh yeah, this is how this guy's career turned out. So that's going to be a fun video. Like I said, my research is almost done on that. So we're looking forward to it. And again, the history of videos is something I've really been looking forward to and pushing and saying, okay, I wanted to get this done. It's going to be fun. I'm excited. All right, guys. Have a great day. Peace.